Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 795, and it is your first review of our yearly International Film Month as we talk about 1964's I Am Cuba.
So where does this movie come from, Raul?
From the Caribbean country of Cuba.
No kidding.
Yup. And as always, it is Nerd. You kind of hear the whole show alongside our wonderful co-host, Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday night, day after Labor Day. You know how it is. Yeah, that's about how it is.
I was dreaming yesterday, and then I woke up in hell.
Welcome. Maybe one day we'll celebrate.
But this wonderful Caribbean sun is great, Brad. How are we doing today before we can go ahead and talk about this film?
I'm fucking tired, man.
Yeah?
I don't know. I've been fucking tired all day. I went to my job tired. I worked tired. I came home tired.
Well, look, man. Be thankful because our friends, Mersha Games and her husband, Mr. Doctor, have been losing power over there in Arizona with these fucking storms that y'all been getting.
Yeah, and we're supposed to maybe a hurricane's coming through, which will hit I think you guys before it hits us. But
dude, it was raining like a motherfucker.
I mean, we have been
last week.
Like we have been getting some haboobs.
Yeah,
not where I'm at, close to where I'm at.
Back to Laboring Day, exactly.
Back to
exactly.
It never ends, Stacy. What Stacy knows this. Stacy's been laboring.
Stacy's been laboring for as long as you have.
Yeah, if not longer.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Because I was playing with I was streaming yesterday, and just Mr. Doctor's goes, my power just went out, man. I'm like, fuck, dude, and he had lost power maybe a week ago for multiple days.
Yeah, I mean,
it's dude, fuck no. And I was like, dude, what's going on? He's like, dude, it's just Arizona can't handle a fucking storm, apparently. It's crazy because I'm supposed to be the one with the bad power grid.
Yeah. I don't know. We're an old state that's kind of with old infrastructure that they're slowly, when I was in here in high school, all the power poles, they were wood, and they've changed a lot of those to metal. Which probably explains my whole cost of electricity bill.
But you're on a federal, right? You're on a federal power grid, not like us over here that we're on a state power grid, right?
I don't know.
Hold on.
I do not know because they're private companies. I don't know. And it's weird.
Federal.
It's weird because you have different companies in different places. So one of the power companies ends and then the other power company begins.
Yes, Arizona's power grid is part of the Western Interconnection, a large synchronous electrical grid that covers Western North America and is further connected to federal power resources like Western Area Power Administration. Wapa. Yeah. So, yeah, you guys are part of the federal grid. Unlike us, who don't have a fucking we're not connected to the fucking federal grid.
Other than El Paso.
Yeah. Yeah, other than El Paso, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I got beef.
Why?
I got beef with Ro.
Why?
Because I checked out your stream earlier, and this motherfucker was playing Among Us.
Yeah, it was my friend Jessica.
Ain't nobody played Among Us. I've been wanting to play Among Us, and everybody got mad.
Look, motherfucker, I did not play with any of our group. And second of all, I've been promoting the shit out of this on my Instagram and all that stuff. Well, it's not my fault that you can't open a goddamn app to save your life.
I have no apps.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. So next time.
The only reason I even saw that was it was Labor Day.
Yeah. So next time that happens, don't worry. I'll make sure to invite you. Okay? We literally had slots to fill, but
I love Among Us.
I know you do. I wasn't thinking about that. Plus, it was for my friend's stream, for her debut stream.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Giving you shit.
Yeah, well, don't you worry about the storms. Ted Cruz is right on top of it once he's back from his recent vacation. Exactly. Latest vacation. Yep. Exactly. Um,
You can tell when Texas has an emergency because Ted Cruz will not be in the state.
yep. Yep.
So we just have to watch when Ted books his tickets.
Shit.
No
But
shit's
man,
done.
I hope you're doing well, Brad, and I hope you've enjoyed your day today. I went to work, I worked out, and I finished what was left of this movie.
Nice.
Yeah, I stopped literally halfway through this film yesterday, and I was like, I'll come and finish it. So
This was a bit of a. I mean, it wasn't bad long. It was
no. It helps that it's literally 4 vignettes in one film.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's kind of paced pretty well.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, that helps it out a lot. But, other than that, before we go ahead and get started, I will let you guys know it's probably going to look a lot different, guys. We are doing our 4 reviews this month, and that's it. Along with our Peacemaker reviews during the week. That means one video on Thursday, every Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Time. I'll be dropping a video for you guys this week, every week.
Unless you're a Patreon supporter, and then
You've already got this because this is streaming live, early, and ad-free over on Patreon at patreon.com/nerdcore. At the $1 tier, you get this episode live, early, and ad-free, and you can chat with us just like Stacy's been chatting with us right now. Or you don't have to give us money, and that's okay. You can just wait for it to drop for everybody at 12 p.m. Central Time on Thursdays.
but do give us your likes and views.
Yeah. So we're going to be trying that out. So if you're watching this right now over on YouTube, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that drops on the channel during this month. And of course, let's go ahead and get into this, Brad. So if this is 1964, this is my favorite stuff because I don't have to give a spoiler warning. So Brad, we're going to be back with this review after these words from our sponsors. Today's episode of the Nerdcore is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code THENERDCORE. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. So I'm going to be reading a combination of the Wikipedia and the Criterion entry just because I think the Criterion entry has like a really nice forward.
Yeah, Wikipedia is kind of short.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll start with with Criterion's entry, and then I'll go ahead and go into the Wikipedia article. Both a landmark of radical political cinema and one of the most visually ravishing films ever made, this legendary hymn to revolution shimmers across the screen like a fever dream of rebellion. The result of an extraordinarily ambitious collaboration between the Soviet and Cuban film industries, director Mikhail Kalatozov's I Am Cuba unfolds in 4 explosive vignettes that capture Cuban life in the brink of transformation. Crushing economic exploitation and inequality give way to a working class uprising backed by Carlos Farina's stirring score, the dazzling camera work by Sergei Urzevsky, and inspiration for generations of filmmakers to follow, gives flight to the movie's message of liberation. Ayn Cuba is a 1964 film directed by Mikhail Kalatozov and Mosfilm, an international co-production between the Soviet Union and Cuba. It is an anthology film mixing political drama and propaganda. The film was almost completely forgotten until it was rediscovered by filmmakers in the United States 30 years later. The acrobatic tracking shots and idiosyncratic mise-en-scène prompted Hollywood directors like Martin Scorsese to begin a campaign to restore the film in the early 1990s. Ayden Byrnes is shot in black and white, sometimes using infrared film obtained from the Soviet military to exaggerate contrast, making trees and sugarcane almost white and skies very dark but still obviously sunny. Most shots are in extreme wide angle and the camera passes very close to its subject whilst still largely avoiding having those subjects ever look directly at the camera. So, of course, starring Sergio Correidi, Salvador Wood, Jose Gallardo, Jean Bus, and Luz Maria Collazo. And, of course, cinematography is by Sergei Urzevsky. edited by Nina Glagoleva, and music is done by Carlos Fariñas. And so we have a couple of different release dates here. So it's like, it says it was released in 1964, and then it actually had its U.S. premiere on March 8th, 1995, 2 years before I was born. And then they had like a Cannes Film Festival premiere on May 22nd, 2003. But there's two different cuts, but obviously we watched the 2 hour and 21 minute cut, but there's also a 2 hour and 15 minute cut.
What the cut?
Fuck if I know. I know what I watched.
Yeah. I mean, what they cut 6 minutes of.
Yeah. So, Brad, I own this movie on Criterion Collection. So I've been wanting to watch this for a while now, but ever since I kind of stopped uploading to my channel, I hadn't had the chance to pop it into the player. But before this, I knew about this movie, and I had never been able to find it. I had never been able to watch it. So I watched another movie from this director before, which was fucking stunning. A great movie, and it has amazing camera work as well. So I was like, fuck it, man. I want to watch this. I did not know that it was this heavily propagandist.
It's pretty heavy-handed in that.
Yeah, but I have to say, it's a really good movie. It kept my attention really well. The score is really good, but it's obvious here that the best thing about this movie is the camera work. Mm-hmm. I mean, just right off the bat, the tracking shot going down from the building all the way down to the pool. Apparently, Brad, they were literally passing cameras by crew members. They weren't. There was not a crane. It was nothing. It was literally the camera.
Nothing.
Nope. Camera being passed just by crew members holding on to it.
Pretty smooth. That was pretty smooth shot.
On a fucking wire that was created by the crew. That had not been created yet. They had to create this wire. So things just going down, and crew's just holding down the camera, making sure it doesn't fall. It's pretty fucking crazy.
That's impressive.
Almost as crazy as the people who were fucking filming a car chase in the Raid 2, and they were just moving with vehicles onto other moving vehicles to pass the camera along.
You know, here's the thing, is when you ain't got no money, you got a dream.
Yeah.
Sometimes you be passing cameras on moving vehicles, man.
But I think it's a really good movie, but I think that if you are watching this expecting to learn, about the Cuban people, their struggle, and how the government that comes into place after Batista doesn't treat them well either, you are watching the wrong movie, because this is heavily, heavily propagandist. Like, to the point where it's like the Soviet Union literally just paid to make hey, this is what we did. This is what the Cubans did during the revolution, and everything was great.
Yeah, they basically made a pro-Castro movie.
Yeah, fucking pro-Castro film.
That's kind of what it was.
Yeah, which I don't have a problem with it, because I still believe that I need to watch this and we need to study this, because it's important to see how messages like this can be displayed through a film.
Well, we've already talked about before highly propagandized.
Yeah,
Kurosawa. I mean, the greatest filmmaker, he had propaganda films.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't very good, because I don't think his heart was in those, but,
Yeah. But, Brad, what are your initial thoughts on Night in Cuba?
I like this movie. This movie, I gotta agree with Raul. The cinematography in this is probably the best thing of the film. And from 1964, some of the stuff they were doing with that camera is freaking amazing. Also, the editing, too. There are some shots and cuts where it's like, okay, that was a smooth transition. I like that. So, and the fact I didn't know this was lost for 30 years. And the fact they were doing this, in a spot where they probably didn't have a lot of money, and they were just trying to figure shit out, they did really well with the cinematography. So quite beautiful in that respect. Yes, very highly propagandized. Do I think that hurts the film? I think that's what the whole film was supposed to be. When it first started, I thought this film was going to be like the slice of life of Cuba, that there wasn't really going to be a story like it was following, because that's just what I was getting from it. I'm like, okay, it's cool. I'm in Cuba. All right, we're on the beach hotel tops partying and shit
Yeah.
like that. And then it starts going, and like I there are certain characters it follows into the other stories, and I'm like, okay, that's really cool story.
Well, because if you go into the first story about Betty, the prostitute who wants to marry her her boyfriend who's fruit seller.
Yeah,
You think, oh, this is gonna be like a look into the people and what they're going through during and after the revolution. And then, like, the further it goes, you're like, oh no, that's not at all what we're doing here.
no,
We're like,
and then we leave Betty, and then we follow into sugarcane.
yeah,
Sugarcane,
which holy shit, yeah,
which by the way, I mean that's kind of a true story
Yeah.
because United Fruit, they were kind of the baddies. You ever hear?
oh yeah,
Like,
oh
Chiquita
yeah,
Banana and Banana Republic?
yeah.
They weren't doing good shit.
Nope, they were not. They were not.
And that's kind of shown in this film. And if you know history, you're like, it is kind of propaganda, but that part of the story is the truth.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I was really like MacGyver filmmaking, duct tape and bubblegum, 100%, 100%.
Oh, some of those shots with the spinning, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is fucking dope.
Yeah. I was really surprised. Well, not really surprised. Was more like, wow, like, can't believe that. Like, I guess you could say surprised. When I read that the Soviet Union didn't like this movie. They thought that Kolotozov made more of an art film than simply making a propaganda movie.
Well,
That they felt that he took his way with it and made too much of an art movie. Whereas the Cuban people were like, this does not portray the real Cuban life, and this is nothing like
this
what
is
we're living through.
highly propagandized.
Yeah.
But if we've learned anything from studying and watching Tarkovsky and other films based in the Soviet Union,
The
is that
Soviet government didn't fucking know jack shit about
the
what was
Soviet
being made.
government is really dumb.
Yeah, they're fucking dumb. The Soviet government is dumb.
This was really dumb, especially
Yeah.
when it came to art and filmmaking, because Tarkovsky bled them dry for the longest time while making fun of them in his films.
Yeah. But like I said, I think the stories work well with each other. I do believe that, to me, the best one is the story of Betty. That one, or the sugarcane. It is after the sugarcane one. That's the one where I'm like, okay, the propaganda is really showing here. Like,
yeah, I
dude
mean,
gets killed, they fucking celebrate him as a martyr, and I'm like, okay.
I do kind of. I kind of enjoyed that third one because it was the one that kind of started a little slower, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, we got word that because I got a paper that Fidel has been killed.
Yeah.
And then it's like they're in a college campus. I think they were all college students
Mm-hmm.
working for the college paper. And, they come up with this, and then, basically Batista's men knock down the door
Yep.
and, start killing off these college kids, or at least kill one of them. And then, yeah, you have this kind of like revolution with the Hold and the Dead Dove, very highly propagandized. But I think that leads kind of into the finale. I think you need that to lead into that finale.
The finale has like an amazing final shot, by the way, where the family is like, standing, and you're kind of looking from the bottom up, and it's just like, fuck, what a shot.
Yeah.
And I do like that one. And I mean, guys, we're not gonna sit here and act like there isn't some truth to all this. Because there is a massive truth, and the Cuban people were going through a lot during this time.
I mean,
But it's just the way that the message is being, relayed, and it's being relayed with like, oh, this, incoming government is going to be amazing. It's going to treat you guys great. And it's like, yes, there were some things that were happening very well under the regime, but there was also a lot of fucking suppression and a lot of people that were being killed. And it's like, it doesn't really, what's it called, picture that part of the regime.
I think the only thing like you can garner really is that government on either side of this, they were not for the people completely.
No, they were not for the people.
No, they were for their own power and their own power struggle, whether it be Castro or Batista.
Yeah, but I have to say it's a fucking technical masterpiece, man. It's a technical masterpiece, and like Brad says, even the editing
also cleaned up very well.
Oh yeah, they did a great job at cleaning this up. I really like that. The audio is really clear as well. I think they did a freaking fantastic job with that. So great job on them. But of course, when you have Coppola and you have Scorsese championing, like making sure
and putting some money towards it. I mean,
it's not gonna be a bad restoration by any means.
But it was definitely the editing and the cinematography. It was ahead of its time.
Super ahead of its time. I mean, you really see where a lot of people kind of get the inspiration from this. I mean, Brad, what's it called? This is one of Gaspar Noé's favorite movies of all time. And after watching all those movies, I think you can tell exactly where he gets a lot of his visual, inspiration. With like the cameras constantly moving and the cameras, not being in place and shaking a lot. And it's like, it comes from this.
Yeah. Which, really good. So, I mean, I don't hate it. No. Coppola sold all his wine boxes for this restoration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's sad. Oh.
But I'm not disappointed to have watched this after waiting so long to watch it. I think it's a really good movie, and I think that if I were to ever, have a class where I can teach and I have to talk about propaganda movies, I think this would be one of them. One of them to show them.
Also, I wonder with your DVD what extras that has. It's got to have some extras, right?
Yes, it has. Ayden Byrnes, the Siberian Mammoth, a 2004 documentary on the making of the film featuring key participants. Interview from 2003 with filmmaker Martin Scorsese, and a new appreciation of the film by cinematographer Bradford Young. And it also has an alternate Russian dubbed soundtrack and in the trailer.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
As I was telling you. So apparently so this had kind of I guess I'll read it from here from the Wikipedia. So this apparently had a pretty what's it called? Rocky road to getting
here.
Yeah.
In front of people.
So, until the USSR collapsed in the early 1990s, and Cuba was virtually unknown. In 1992, a print of the film was screened at the Telluride Film Festival. The San Francisco International Film Festival screened the film in 1993. Shortly after the festival, 3 film professionals who had screened Ayden Byrnes at the San Francisco screening contacted friends at Milestone Films, a small New York film distributor specializing in the release of lost and neglected older films. Milestone screened a slightly blurry, unsubtitled VHS tape of the film and then went about acquiring the distribution rights from Mosfilm in Russia. Milestone's release opened at New York's Film Forum in March 1995. For the 10th anniversary of the film release, Milestone debuted a new 35mm restoration of Ayden Byrnes without the Russian overdubbing in September 2005. Milestone released an Ultimate Edition DVD box set at the time as well, with a video appreciation from Scorsese. Then, in March 19, 2018, Milestone posted a trailer for their new 4K restoration of the film. It became available later that year on Milestone's Film's Vimeo-powered streaming service with original Spanish audio, but at 1080p HD. On March 9, 2020, Mosfilm publicly released the entire film in 4K with hard-coded Russian overdubbing on their YouTube channel. Then, sometime after April 2021, the film was removed from Milestone's Film's streaming catalog on Vimeo because they sold the film's U.S. distribution license, assumably back to Mosfilm. Milestone never released the film in 4K, but gave refunds to upset customers. And then on October 29, 2021, Mosfilm released the film on their English language YouTube channel. From an archival perspective, it is inferior to Mosfilm's previous 4K release due to its hard-coded English subtitles, watermarking, Russian overdubbing, and 16:9 pillar boxing. But then in April 2024, The Criterion Collection released a 4K restoration of Ayden Byrnes on Blu-ray and 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray with the film's original Spanish audio.
Yeah, this movie's kind of been through.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's worse than getting owned by Weinstein.
Yeah. So it kind of went through like this really like back and forth about who was gonna own who. I'm just thankful that we have it now and that it's in the condition that it is in.
I mean,
even
on YouTube where you can watch this, it's good looking film. I mean, somebody uploaded the good looking film of this, and I don't believe I watched the Russian overdub. I think I would know if it was Russian.
Yeah.
And they were talking Spanish, so
yeah.
I'm just gonna say I'm pretty sure the only thing I really didn't like was the English dubbing of some of the speakers. That was really it. I mean,
yeah.
But this movie was not meant to portray America in a good light.
Oh hell no!
So I'm thinking they fucking did
literally
that on purpose
financed
anyway.
by the Soviet Union.
Yeah. So I mean, and we talked about it. You know, they had multiple scenes where America. You had United Fruit Company, which yes,
yeah,
that did happen, and yes, that was shitty moves, and by America.
Yeah.
You had the Navy seamen following the one woman, and then you had the men in the club, basically, buying sex. So that one scene where the dude is just standing there in the dude's house, and it's like, my man, if you do not leave, and then he goes, bye Betty, and it's like, oh no, oh no, no, you be dead.
Yeah.
You'd be dead under the floor.
Yep. That's what the fans want. A bad cut of a rare film. Yep. Yeah.
The Snyder Cut.
Yeah. So in Havana, it was criticized for showing a stereotypical view of Cubans, and in Moscow, it was considered naive, not sufficiently revolutionary, even too sympathetic to the lives of the bourgeois pre-Castro classes. I don't know where you get that.
I mean, it was pretty, you literally,
which, by the way, I really like the voiceover. I like that they added that voiceover. But I don't know how sympathetic you are when it's literally saying, like, come and liberate me. And it cuts immediately to Batista. Like, I don't know how well you can, like, saying, like, oh, I've been what's it called, exploited, and I am being treated like this, and boom, it cuts to the dude who's doing it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you get this idea that they were treating the pre-Castro classes well in this movie. I don't see that at all.
I don't. I think the Cuban people have not been treated well in probably their entire history.
They continue to not be treated well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, Brad, what is your final verdict on Ayden Byrnes?
Oh, this movie's so good. Like, it's ridiculously good for, because this movie had, like, little to no funding. Because the Soviet Union, you look at, like, what Tarkovsky spent, and that's just because he was robbing them. Like, they weren't doing that out of the kindness of their hearts.
I wanted to bet there was a good enough budget on this, though,
there was a good budget on this?
Because the movie before this one that he made won him the Palme d'Or.
Mm-hmm.
So, like,
maybe.
I mean, this guy was massive in the Soviet Union, Brad.
It doesn't tell you, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, okay.
I think Kurosawa's propaganda films, I don't think they told us the cost of those either.
No.
They're always kind of hidden. But, this movie's good. Like I said, the only thing I didn't really like was kind of the English dubbing. It is an over-propagandized film. But for what it is, it's a really good watch. I don't think I ever got bored with the film. And I think for that, like a 9 out of 10, I think I'm going to give it. Like, it was good.
All right. I'm coming in a little bit lower than you, Brad, just a teeny tiny bit. I do like this movie a lot. I think that it does well with what it's doing, but I have seen the movie that he made before this, and I think that movie is miles better. I think I gave that movie a 10 out of 10, by the way. The Cranes Are Flying, which we should definitely watch eventually, because I think that movie is fucking fantastic. But I'm gonna go ahead and give Ayden Byrnes a 8.75 out of 10. I think that it's good, but when I stack it up to what he made before this, I mean, it's tough to top that. I mean, this is that movie. Yeah, I gave that movie a 10 out of 10. Yep. It's fucking great, man. So yeah, if anybody's never seen The Cranes Are Flying, you need to watch it. It's really fucking good. And I would hope they eventually get that cleaned up a little bit more, even though the Blu-ray does look really good. But damn great movie. But with that being said, that does conclude our review of Ayden Byrnes. As always, keep up to date with us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at nerdcore, Instagram nerdcore, Letterboxd nerdcore, TikTok nerdcore, patreon.com/nerdcore. Discord link is in the description below. And of course, remember, we will be doing another review this week. It's going to be on Sunday for our review of Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 3 at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. We've got that going on this week. And of course, we would like to thank our wonderful patrons, because without them, this is not possible. Amazing people like Stacy who get to chat with us because they are patrons to us. And Stacy is also our executive producer. He doesn't really have social media to promote, but he does want you to join the Discord, and he wants you to be chatting with us in the comments and talking to us in live chats, because that's where you can find him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And remember, you can always get a bad cover rare film. So, you know, there's a lot of examples of that. Yeah. But next week, we are not going to be covering a propaganda movie. Instead, we're going to be talking about a movie that Brad was recommended to from the comments.
Das Boot.
Das Boot. Yeah, so we'll be talking about that. But for now, that is all we got for you guys. Brad, let's go ahead and get him the hell out of here.
All right, Raul, the being host as always. Thank you to Stacy for joining us in chat. Thank you to our listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, I don't know, do cool tricks on cameras. You might get a high score. Young Yoda out.